Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the last 45 minutes tonight of Skyrim Zahjira's Travels. Alrighty.
Kind smile on those who show mercy and charity.
Gods be praised.
Hi.
What do you need?
I need somebody to look after that... Oh, maybe he's on his way there. Look after that poor murdered woman. Or sacrificed woman. I get... Technically, being sacrificed for something is still being murdered. Although, potentially one could be a volunteer for that.
What are you doing that for?
She didn't mean to trip over it. Not something she did on purpose. Hello.
I was one of the best soldiers in the Stormcloak army until I took a sword to the chest.
Ah, Khajiit is sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you've fallen on hard times, but he doesn't seem to want me to hand over any cash. She would help him. All these guards and no one... Alright, let's go see if that guard that she saw wandering past actually cared. Actually went there and looked. Nope, nope, they're still there. Khajiit swears she's told people. The fact that they're doing bugger all about it is not her fault. Harold reigned first era 143 to 221, 13th in the line of East something or other, and founder of the great kingdom of Skyrim. Where he established fair Windhelm, must be Windhelm, as his capital. Olaf One-Eye reigned first era 420 to 452. Okay, so a couple hundred years later. Subdued the foul dragon Numenex, reunited Skyrim after the War of the Succession, and conquered the Barbarous Reach. Ah! Dragon's Reach. He built Dragon's Reach, that's right. Or at least refitted it to be a dragon cage. Well, at least morning is almost here. People are starting to come out and about. Slowly. Maybe some guard will get off their behind and do something about the issue in the graveyard. Oh. This place is such a winding maze. Guess that happens with some places. You know, over time, they don't start out as a winding maze. And they just kind of turn into it as things are torn down and built up and torn down in other places and built. The heck? Oh! Oh, they're broken. They were once hawks. Ah. Okay. That's making sense. Alright. Khajiit is running out of things to amuse herself with. She really wishes she could have slept. She did sleep a tiny bit on the carriage, she will admit, but she would have not preferred to have slept a little bit more. Alright. Let's go... Let's go see if that shop... If he has... Well, he's not... I guess he's technically a shop, but see if he has spells to sell. If he's awake and had his breakfast yet. Well, probably not, since nobody else seems to be awake. Mind you, Khajiit's not normally up at this time either. You're still asleep. Well. Fine. Can Khajiit cook anything? What is that? She's got recipes and she's not sure what they are. So she'll make the things and then have a look at them. Alright. That's... Cooks... Yeah. One more. Ooh. She can only make one. She remembers that. That's delicious. That looks delicious as well. Let's make that. Uh-huh. Actually, that looks interesting. Alright, that's enough cooking of... She's got plenty of salmon steak, she thinks. And... yeah. She doesn't like cooking with salt if she doesn't have to, because there's other things she would like to make that actually use it. Alright. Anything she can read?
Mara, protect us both.
Khajiit is bored. People need to wake up. Get on. Doing things. Did you hear him yawn? Did he wake up? No, he's still asleep. Well. Alright. Alright, there's a different door here. Perhaps we can go through. Where was it?
Windhelm is absolutely freezing. How can these people tolerate it?
I don't know, Arender, but you might not want to say that's quite so loud in this particular room. This door. Khajiit hasn't gone through this door. No, no, she doesn't remember this. Hi.
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
Ah. Why is that mage sleeping in your bed?
Until next time.
Ooh. Okay, yes, Khajiit did not come up here. Ooh. There's a book. Ah, that looks like a boring book. Move! Guys! Please! Please! Khajiit is losing her mind. Oh! Ha! Slip past you. Ah. Maybe that wasn't his bed after all. But here, Khajiit saw this in the distance. This looks like where the mage should be. And perhaps when he is ready, he will come here. Does he have any interesting books for Khajiit to read while she waits for him to show his robed behind up here? Ew. Oh, hi.
Good. You again.
Yes, it's been long the last 2 seconds. We haven't seen each other. Oh, Khajiit is getting acerbic.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
Indeed. Alright, well, if this is where we need to go to buy spells, because she thinks it is, then in theory, all we have to do is wait for the mage to wake up and walk in that direction. And he'd come from this way. So let's go stare at him. Maybe staring at him will wake him up. It's not working. I really don't want to risk waiting again. Hopefully it won't take too long for the people to wake up. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to pass the time properly. Blame the bugs. It'd almost be better if this was a consistent thing instead of, you know, always be there or always not. Then I could figure a way to work around it, but when it just comes and goes, it makes it so hard. No, because you won't do that. She's just kind of wondering, how does it get so worn and crappy looking on the ceiling? Was it painted with something? Is it like some kind of plaster that's fallen and... She hopes it's not poisonous, because it might fall on food if it's falling. Maybe it needs to be replaced. Ew, a mammoth snout. She supposes it could be good eating, it just looks horrible. Yeah, it sneezed through those. She hopes they cook it really well. It's a very bare room, isn't it? You know, whoop, no statues, no pedestals. Just a crappy rug. Hi. Oh, of course. Thank you, Aaron. Oh, she managed to slip through. Will you talk to Khajiit?
I like your robes. Are you a sorcerer from the college?
Yes. And Khajiit does not know you yet. She but she seems to remember you saying something about asking if she'd ridicule you. No?
Because I did something not a soul in this blood-stained house of war has the backbone to do. Dared to speak my mind. I dared speak of the Empire and the lies that have been spread by Ulfric, the leader of the Stormcloaks.
Ah!
Now my mother's stripped me of my heritage and incarcerated me here like a common criminal, and my brother has all but disowned me.
Oh,
Be
you're...
wary what you say around here, friend. You'll find not all take kindly to insurrection.
Yeah, you might want to be kind of careful, seeing as apparently they did spring you from jail when your mother was made no longer Jarl of Riften. You're a little closer to the source of what you've been talking about. What sort of lies has Ulfric been spreading? Khajiit is curious.
Ulfric only cares about one thing. Ulfric. He's ordained himself the future High King of Skyrim, and steps on anyone that gets in his way. He's begun a rebellion against those that wish to eradicate the worship of Talos, and uses it as his rallying cry. His cause may be true, but the man is a lie. All he holds in his heart is lust for the throne.
She will admit she has not had a favorable impression of the man. Not anything she could put her finger on exactly, except that he does seem to be rather prejudiced against Dunmer, which she doesn't think is a good trait to have. And somehow, given the way he talks, she wouldn't be surprised if what you say has more than a grain of truth to it.
I'd better get going.
Yes. Is he awake yet? Please tell Khajiit he's awake. He's old, Zahjira. He's old. Maybe he needs more sleep than somebody who couldn't get very much. The time, it passes so slowly when you're waiting on it. Is there a thing in there over here? Do you happen to have something Khajiit can practice on in here? No, you don't. Let's go look outside. There's got to be a spot for the guards to practice somewhere. And Khajiit perhaps could vent some of her... Ah! Here we go. Some of her frustration. Not sure if it's helping, but it does make her feel a little better. She hopes none of the boys stands in front of that. She doesn't know if she can do this for the better part of an hour or not. She will admit, practice isn't always the most, spectacular spectacularly interesting thing to do. In terms of interest, it's not all that fabulous. Khajiit thinks she's falling asleep as she does it here, in fact. Gotta do something to pass the time, though. Isn't it?
Windhelm is absolutely
Yes, it's cold.
freezing. How can these people tolerate it?
Irander sounds just so disbelieving. Like, just that squeak in his voice as he says, How? How can they stand it? Now, by the time Khajiit finishes here, this should be burnt to a crisp. She wonders what they put in it to make it so, I mean, it burns a little bit, but it's not burning up. It's non-flammable, in fact. Must treat it with some special oil that's... Although oil in general is flammable, they must have found something that isn't. Perhaps they soaked this in potions of fire resistance. Would that work on wood? That's an interesting thought. If you made a house out of wood and took the time in advance to soak it in potions of fire resistance, would that make it resistant to fire? And if so, for how long? Could it be made permanent? The thing is, the Khajiit mind wanders to when she is bored out of her skull, waiting for somebody to wake up. She's going to lose her mind. Khajiit doesn't do well with being forced to sit around and wait, she has to admit. She needs things to busy her mind, which is one of the reasons she loves learning things. Well, once she feels that she can't cast anymore, check and see if the sun has gone up high enough, and go and see if what's-his-name has woken up yet. She has a suspicion if she wakes him up too early, even if he stays awake, he might charge her more for, you know, any spell she might be inclined to buy, so... One more. Okay. But, on that subject, perhaps Khajiit should wear something useful like that. If she's going to be buying stuff. Alright. What time is it? A little too early. Oh, they have it on both sides. She must admit, out of all the buildings around here,
You have vanquished a great evil from Skyrim. You have saved this land and our very souls.
You're welcome. Khajiit was happy to do it. She was just going to say that she loves the design of this building. It's just very unique. And she has to resist the urge to try to climb it. Which she admits that she's not resisting very
I'd be
much.
out there fighting the Imperials right now if it wasn't for my war wound.
Ah, yes, sorry to hear about that. Okay. Let's go inside again. She's gotta wake up soon, right? Right? Almost time. Almost time. She is giving Khajiit the dirtiest look. You know, they're so upset in general about losing Riften when they gained Markarth. She can understand the individual Jarls being pissed off because that was their domain and they just had it, you know, taken away when they couldn't say anything. But Ulfric? He is just pissed off because she didn't give him every little thing he asked for. So he can just bite Khajiit. Let's see if he's when morning finally arrives. For the people that are sleeping, whether he is still... Actually, probably still... Really? He's still asleep. Ah! Wake up! Perhaps you should take your mask off. We are in a town after all. Of course, Khajiit is assuming he's going to wake up soon. If it's going to be another hour. Khajiit might try napping again, even though it's... Oh, he's awake! He's awake! Thank the divines! He's awake! Good morning! Totally weren't here staring at you, waiting you to... Arander, for heaven's sake, don't block him. Fellas, fellas. Don't block him. Thank you. Now look at that. Now he's forgotten what he was doing.
Whatever you've heard I can do is probably true.
Alright, well, don't. Go ahead. Go where you need to go. Khajiit would like to buy stuff from you. Probably gonna have breakfast first, isn't he? Khajiit might do the same, but she suspects if she's down at the table... Oh, he's going to his room? Yes. At least what she...
Strength and steel are well...
Those prissy Bretons can't be made to lift a finger to help their neighbors.
I suppose we shouldn't be surprised. They've never had many problems with the Empire.
Those milk drinkers might as well be elves. Think they're better than us.
Regardless, it appears Skyrim must stand alone. Again.
Alright. Let's go have a chat with Ulfric. Once he sits in his throne of I'm so important. If he were a Khajiit, he'd be the sort who would have like 16 titles after his name. Because, as all... Well, actually, Khajiit should probably explain that, because if you are not one of her folk, you might not understand. To have more than one title is considered highly pretentious, which is why Khajiit only tends to introduce herself with one and explain afterwards, oh, Khajiit is also this thing, this other thing. Because, well... Yeah, she could see him having a whole bunch of titles. He's just got that air about him. Jarl Ulfric.
As you can see, I have much that requires my attention. If you're inclined to gab, there are some nice prison guards you may like to meet.
Fine. She would like to remind you again that there's a dead body that is unburied because she was sliced to death in your graveyard. You may want to look into it. Or at least get your guards to do it. In any case, Khajiit is sorry that you are... Well, actually, no, she isn't sorry. She is disappointed. Yes, she is disappointed that you are still unwilling to see that Khajiit made the fairest compromise she could. And to be honest, she isn't really happy she was put in the position of being the person to do it. But all she can say is that your continued willingness to not understand is not lending yourself to Khajiit's good graces. And perhaps you don't care about that. That's fine. She just thought she'd let you know. Because she tries to be reasonable. And she only tends to get unreasonable herself when she meets someone who refuses to be reasonable. In any case, Jarl Ulfric, pardon Khajiit, she shouldn't be rude. You have a good day and hopefully have lots of thoughtful things to cross your mind.
Take care.
You know, the way he says that is sort of like a go to, some place that's unpleasant kind of tone. Khajiit really does not like the man. She's not all that fond of General Tullius, but at least he seems a little more polite. You know? Ah.
If Ulfric needs a favor, he has it. Anyone else better pay well for the service.
Well, Khajiit is not here from Ulfric.
I'd explain my research, but you'd just be confused.
Well, given that you told Khajiit that she is further along in destruction magic than you, well, Khajiit has her doubts that she would not understand it. She suspects she might. What, in any case, what have you got for sale?
Oh, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Yes. When Khajiit is old and gray, she hopes she's mastered all of them. Because if she hasn't, she's obviously been wasting her time waiting for people to wake up too often. Sorry. Khajiit is a little annoyed that she's had to waste so much freaking time. Cared about... Thank you. Okay. This is not looking hopeful. Wait. Oh. Khajiit wants that one so badly. Yes. Interesting. Ooh. She'll have to try that out. Hopefully it won't jump to her friends. Ooh. Something you could throw. That might work. Ah. She'll get that when she's not so sure. Ooh, fireball. Oh, look at these. These are wonderful. Yes. Here Khajiit was thinking there wouldn't be stuff she'd want. Now, she's not finding the thing she was looking for, mind you. But, she has to admit, these do look very cool. Ooh, a rune. Ooh, that one she's gonna have to try. Oh, yes. Khajiit doesn't really like that one. She won't get that one. No, not a Draugr. No. Possibly. That might be useful. A plague, no. She just isn't really that keen on those. See, See, these are named Phantom Pain and Phantom Moon, but they're not to do with phantoms. No. No reanimation. That might be useful, possibly, in the right situation. No. No. No, because she has some good healing. Okay. Thank you.
A strong sword arm wins battles, but a keen mind wins wars.
If you say so. Well, Khajiit spent a bunch of money on that. And she is carefully studying all these books. Now, let's have a look. Okay. Right. See, this one is like my firebolt, but it does more, it damages more than just the one that I'm shooting at, which could be dangerous for my fellas. It's just something that I'd have to shoot from further when they're not close by, but she does like the thought of it. That one looks interesting. That one looks like something she'll have to cast continuously, so she's not sure. And she wants to try this one so badly. Gonna have to go outside, though. Far away from people. Okay, so we're gonna have to play with that one. And that one. Alright. Okay, so we have visited him. We can now leave.
I do the cooking and cleaning.
Ah, well, hopefully you get your bed back. Well, maybe it's not his bed. He was actually sleeping in a better bed. Perhaps it's actually rude of Khajiit to assume that was his. Perhaps he only sleeps there if he is, you know, looking after something that takes a long time to cook, you know. Khajiit has to check. Did anybody do anything about that poor woman?
A few septims for my supper is all I ask.
And they have not. She can't help but notice this blood trail, which she couldn't see at night. Oh. Does Khajiit want to... Khajiit wants to know what's going on here. Right. She will think about this. Ulfric may not care that his citizens are being slaughtered in the streets, but Khajiit does care. Well, slaughtered in the graveyard. So, she wants to go and try out her new spells, just to see what they're like first. Which means we need to go outside Windhelm so we don't... Oops, ouch. Don't... She thinks she has a bruise on her forehead now. So we don't cause issues with guards thinking she's attacking the citizenry, because yeah, the one spell that might very well be very large. She hopes her boys can dodge. She might actually have them stand a little further back while she tries them out. Let's put these on. And let's go ahead and put that on. And of course, her mask. Okay. Try out some of the new spells. And she will think... It won't take that long to go back and let Falk know that things have been done with Tema. Hi. So, Khajiit probably should do this. Fellas? Khajiit would like you all to wait here, if you don't mind. She just doesn't want you, you know, to be in the line of fire. And she wants to be far enough away. Oh, look. Oh crap, there's people here. They apparently have a prisoner. They're gonna have an issue.
I'm on your side.
Sorry. Okay, okay. No. Khajiit, sorry. No. Khajiit, sorry. Khajiit. Oh, crap. No, but it's... I think she had that explosion spell. Oh, crap. Khajiit is having one of those weird times when she feels like she's done this before. Did she get her spells? Did she buy a whole bunch? Yeah, she did. Okay. Excuse Khajiit.
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
Okay. She should... She has to look. Did they do anything? No, they still haven't done anything about this poor woman.
Coin for a poor old woman.
Again, this seems oddly familiar for some reason. This blood trail leads somewhere, doesn't it?
A few symptoms for supper is all I ask.
Now, did she crawl here from someplace? If you are following the blood trail, you're going the wrong way. Where does it go? Okay. Ah. Well, if she came out of here, possibly whatever hurt her came from there. She may have crawled to the graveyard and died. If Ulfric won't look into it, Khajiit will. At least she will try after she goes and tests her spells. Alright. Let's go outside the city to check these out, fellas. And Khajiit is losing track of where she is. Ah. Alright, where would be a good place for Khajiit to try these spells out? She's gonna ask the fellas to wait back a little bit. Perhaps... No, Khajiit actually has a bad feeling about that direction. She's not sure why. Fellas, if you wouldn't mind waiting here, Khajiit is going to find a spot to cast this that hopefully will not cause anybody to be injured. Ooh. Ah, lockpick ore. Once upon a time, that would have been very exciting. Alright, this seems like a good spot to check out some of these spells. Right. Okay. We didn't get anything from there that... Let's see... Yes, let's try the fireball. Ooh! Oh, that is so dangerous, though. Khajiit would have to be careful not to use it in towns or anything like that, because at least this way she can only accidentally kill one person by hitting them with it. But that other one, yeah, that she could get into a lot of trouble with that. Okay, so let's try this Inferno. Interesting. What is the description of that book? Ah, Khajiit is actually spitting... Okay, now she has fire coming out of her mouth. Mind you, she could already possibly do that with dragon breath? Yes. Thum gra mal. Okay. That took a little while. But very similar thing. Very similar. She will have to see if these actually become something that she uses on a regular basis or not. She has a lot of spells that she knows. Now this one. This is the big one that she was worried about having the boys around for. Whoa! Whoa! Yowza, because she doesn't know why she's not getting singed by this, but oh, that one is too much fun. People are probably in the distance wondering, what are all those explosions? Is this a new one? Okay, so... Okay. That one believes has to be somebody who's really close to Khajiit for that to be useful. Now this one... Is this the new one? Let's have a look at the... Ah. This is a good one for sneakiness. If you can sneak up on someone from behind. Okay. Interesting. In this one. So this is a single one. Okay. And this is a storm one. Okay. So it moves sort of in front of Khajiit away. Uh-huh. Not a long distance, though. Okay. She totally won't remember all of these, but, Oh, this one takes a lot of concentration. Say, what? Oh! How do you... Oh, okay. So, like, can Khajiit leave it there like a present? Mind you, that means she has to be where... And then... Whoo! Okay. So it's one... She can't cast in front of her, like the runes. But she could say, leave it in a doorway. No, but then she has to be awake for it to go off. But it's still a trap, but a different kind of trap. It's one she has to detonate. Alright. So let's put it here. And let's see, does she have to be looking at it directly, or can she just kind of... Ah! She doesn't actually have to see it. Awesome! So she could hide around a corner, maybe? Let's try that. Okay, so now she's over here, waiting for somebody to come up. And then she hears them and she goes, Kablooey! Whew, okay, that one intrigues Khajiit a lot. Okay. Okay, that's a lightning bolt, yes? Okay, so it has to be cast on somebody. And then this one leaps to a target. Khajiit doesn't think we need to test that particular one. And those looks like ones she's had before. Now the scorpion rune she'll have to try when she's actually fighting somebody. Okay. Well, she has to admit, those all look like lots of fun. In a Khajiit kind of way. Alright. Well, that was fun doing that. Now, what Khajiit is going to do, once she collects the fellas, we are going to visit Folk Firebeard and then come back. And see if we can get anything done with finding out who killed that poor woman, what happened in that house. That house of horrors. Alright, fellas, are you ready to go with Khajiit? Good sir, Khajiit and her friends would like to use your fine carriage to travel to Solitude. Anytime you're ready. You know, if you want...
Need a ride?
Yeah, good, good.
Where do you want to go?
Khajiit would like to go to...
Windhelm is absolutely freezing.
this. Poor Rander, he really doesn't like it here, does he?
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Of course it's raining. Because why not? Okay, fellas. Let's go see Folk Firebeard. And then we will take the cart back to Windhelm and see if we can help find out what's going on. It's very wet. Does Khajiit have much of things that she wants to sell? She has that. That's not very much. She's just going to...
Heard the Dawn Guard?
Yes, yes.
Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Riften.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what can I help you with?
She would like to sell some things.
Take a look.
Fantastic. Alright, she doesn't really have that much that she actually... Oh, this. Actually, she would like to sell this. Mind you, you can't buy too many of them. Do you have anything that Khajiit would like to buy? Not so much. Alright, that'll do.
Return anytime you need arms or armor.
Of course.
My forge never rests.
I've got a little work if you're interested, traveler.
Let's go. She feels like she wasted so much time waiting for the night to pass. She just wants to get on with things. Why did you say auxiliary as Khajiit walked past?
Don't suppose you'd enchant my sword. Dull old blade can barely cut butter.
Well, you provide the soul gem and Khajiit be happy to do it. Alright. Ah, Jarl Elisif. How are you today? Khajiit hopes you're doing well? Ah, and Falk. About that Patema issue.
Fancy robes. You a wizard or something?
Ah, very funny. Potema will trouble us no more. Zahjira and her friends have seen to that.
You've done a great thing today. It doesn't matter who you support in the war. Potema would have been a blight on the land for both sides.
Indeed.
Without you, this would have been a disaster. I should have paid more heed to Varnius's warnings. I won't make that mistake again. Take this payment. The Jarl would thank you, but she very much wants to keep Potema's return quiet.
Khajiit can
Make
understand.
no mistake. We consider you a protector of solitude.
Oh. Thank you. Khajiit will keep this shield and put it in a very nice place. Thank you. Well, Jarl Elisif, Khajiit needs to take her leave. She hopes you have a good day.
Something on your mind?
Not that she wants to talk to you about.
Oh, hello. Just tidying up.
All right. Okay. Ah, yes, we still need to talk to Styr. Because we still have Potema's skull here. And that thunder was a little bit too close. Lightning, rather.
Off the coast to the east, you'll find the wreck of the Brine Hammer. Never know what treasures may stay forward.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe 1 century Khajiit will actually go and look at that. Ah.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Hello.
You've returned. I'm hoping successfully.
Indeed. Zahjira has Potema's remains. She hopes you have good plans for it to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Excellent. These things do have a way of working out when people take action. I'll sanctify the remains.
Oh, excellent.
I hope Falk made it clear that Solitude owes you a debt of gratitude.
Oh, he did. Yes, he did. Khajiit is just curious as to what you're going to do with the skull. Ooh, not that curious. Not that kind of curious either. Is it alright if Khajiit watches? Oh, you have to do some research first. Ah, Khajiit understands. Dang it. She was hoping that he was going to do that right away so she could learn something, but no. Alright. Well, let's go back to the cart. And let's head back to Windhelm. Alright, fellas. Khajiit caught a bit of a nap on the way here. So let's go. Let's go have a look.
Windhelm is absolutely freezing. How can these people tolerate it?
Ooh. Actually, this would be a good place to warm up.
You must be one of those wizards from the college in Winterhold.
You must be one of the guards in Windhelm that doesn't do anything about murdered people. Maybe she should have looked first before she...
I ask only for a little charity.
Did they actually do something?
I have a little of everything for sale. Come, see for yourself.
No. No, they haven't.
Will you spare a few
Right. Well... Oh, here. Now, hopefully... Khajiit's gonna have to pick the lock. She doesn't think she has a key. Yeah. We'll have to hope that none of the guards see. They'll probably arrest her for trying to open the lock when they wouldn't do anything about the murder, because that's what they do. Alright guys, I went a lot longer than I originally planned, but I wanted to get to the right point to stop. So, I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. I had lots of fun, despite the issues with being unable to sleep, which still are irritating me to no end, because she was not the only one irritated. But in any case, you guys have a good night, and I hope to see you again in the stream real soon, because I'll be back tomorrow with more Skyrim Zahjira's Travels. You all have a good night, and take care. Bye!